Hi Cancer, welcome back to my channel Tarot Z. I'm Z and I'm going to be doing your tarot reading, finding out what are the messages with the cards that come out in this reading for you today. Thank you for joining and for being here for the reading. So let's begin. Let's find out what cards come out, what messages come through with the cards in today's reading. So first card we have is the Fool card, and we have the Four of Wands. And we have the Ace of Swords, and at the bottom of the deck we have the Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune card showing up over here at the bottom of the deck, this does feel like a very fortunate energy. I do feel like this could be an opportune time, especially when it comes to doors opening and also being able to experience the beginning of new opportunities. With the Wheel of Fortune card showing up over here, this feels like an energy of being able to experience changes, but I feel that changes for the better. This does feel like positive energy. And with the Fool card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of dealing with someone who is in a space where they're quite happy with this connection, or they are in a very happy place in their life and it's making them be able to show up in a good way for your connection. I also feel that with the Fool card showing up over here, this feels like an energy of being in a space where do feel like there's a desire for being able to have more and experience more in this connection because of how good they feel. And do you feel like with the Four of Wands up over here, this person does view you as someone stable force in their life. And I do feel like with this Four of Wands up over here, this feels like an energy of two people coming together and two people who really complement each other very well, especially when it comes to being able to build something meaningful between the two of them. With the Ace of Swords up over here, this does feel like an energy of this could be something that's being started or an idea of being able to start something new with this person. I do feel like with the Ace of Swords, it feels like communication. So it feels like someone being able to kind of present an idea to you. And I do feel like communication from this person as far as hearing from this person. So I'm going to clarify these cards. So we've got the Six of Swords in the reverse, and we have the Three of Wands. And we have the Hanged Man, and at the bottom of the deck we have the Nine of Cups. So with the Hanged Man, we do have some Pisces energy. Could be dealing with a Pisces. So this Nine of Cups showing up over here at the bottom of the deck, this feels like an energy of being in a space where there is a lot of satisfaction as far as what the situation is bringing out emotionally out of a person or both of you. I do feel like with this Nine of Cups showing up over here, this also feels like an energy of being able to experience a sense of also being in a good place individually. I do feel like with this Nine of Cups, this does feel like also an energy of being in a space where there is a recognition of this connection or the situation as being a wish fulfillment. And with that Wheel of Fortune card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of being able to experience somewhat of a breakthrough that feels like a door opening, being able to experience things kind of turning in your favor and kind of going your way. I do feel like with the Six of Swords showing up in the reverse, this does feel like an energy of somebody who may be kind of returning to being able to address the situation from the past, or wanting to be able to kind of express something, or kind of wanting to be able to bring something up with you. This does feel like communication, but I do feel like you could be hearing from somebody from the past with the Six of Swords in the reverse. But with the Six of Swords showing up in the reverse, this feels like an inability to move on from a situation. So this does feel like a sense of somebody who is carrying a lot from the past that they're having a difficult time moving on from. With the Three of Wands showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of being in a space where it's like you are in a space where you're actually feeling quite. I do feel like with the Three of Wands, this feels like a pretty abundant energy. I do also feel that there's a sense of being in a space where you may be quite patient with being able to see something go your way. With the Three of Wands showing up over here, this feels like successful energy. It also feels like a sense of being able to get a feel of a connection as being one that's going the right way and leading to this feeling of growth and expansion. Do you feel like this may be how you view this person or you feel about this person? I do feel like with this Three of Wands, This does feel like an energy of being in a space where there's some waiting that's happening. So you could have been waiting on someone. With that Six of Swords showing up in the reverse, feels like an energy of somebody who is ready to be able to address something or come back, or even be able to kind of have a conversation that is necessary. I do feel like with the Hangman, this does feel like an energy of being able to actually be in a space where there's a lot of introspection, and also reflecting on the idea of a lot of things within this connection. I do feel like with this Hangman showing up over here, it feels like a sense of somebody who has given a lot of thoughts into being able to actually have communication with you. With this Hangman showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of also kind of being in a space where somebody is looking at things differently as well. I do feel like their perspective is changing, and I do feel like with the Wheel of Fortune, this also feels like an energy of changes being changes for the positive. So I'm going to clarify these cards. We have Virgo with I Analyze. And we have Gemini with I Think. And we've got the 11th house with Friends. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Grand Trine card with Blessings. So this, I do feel like you could be getting some really good news. I do feel like it could be to do with this relationship or this connection, but I also feel like even as far as on your own, there's a sense of being able to hear good news and receive good news. I do feel like with the Virgo card showing up over here, this feels like an energy of dealing with a Virgo. I do also feel that with this Virgo card showing up over here, as far as the person you are dealing with or in connection with, this does feel like an energy of dealing with someone who does. I do feel like this person is someone who thinks a lot, and also somebody who does think a lot before being able to take action. With this Fool card showing up over here, this feels like a more carefree energy, but I do feel like even when it comes to being able to be carefree and be able to take that leap of faith within this connection, this person is someone who puts a lot of thought before being able to do anything freely. So I do feel like it's not as there's a sense of being calculated in any of their actions. I do feel like with this I Analyze card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of someone who's coming towards you after having had really reflected, thought about a lot with you. I do feel like with the Gemini card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of having communication in the situation. I do feel like with the Ace of Swords showing up over here, this does feel like communication that's happening, or some kind of expressing of ideas between yourself and this person. I do feel like you could be dealing with a Gemini as well with this card, but I do feel like with the Gemini card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of also being able to be in a connection where there is a sense of wanting to be able to work together. There's a sense of wanting to be able to team up when it comes to the way in which this connection may make you feel, or when it comes to the intentions. And with the Four of Wands from up over here, this does feel like an energy of being able to work quite well together at being able to create anything. And I do feel like with the Four of Wands, this also feels like an energy of there could also be a changing of residence. And with this Three of Wands, this does feel like a sense of having distance in this connection. So I do feel like this could also be kind of relieving any kind of anxiety that comes with distance in this connection. With the 11th house card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of having a strong sense of, I do feel like there's a solid foundation in your connection. It's built upon friendship. I do also feel like this person views you as a friend. I do feel like there's a sense of also having a connection, kind of moving from a title of friendship to something new, something different. But with the 11th house card showing up over here, this does feel like a very meaningful connection that you share with this person. And even as far as being able to be in connection with this person, the things that you are able to work on together is always meaningful. Do you feel like this does feel like a pretty deep connection as far as even being able to have chemistry? It does feel quite deep. You could have really deep conversations between the two of you as well. And I do feel like that also is coming from a space of having this solid friendship between the two of you, being on the same page in a lot of ways, especially when it comes to a lot of those ideas. So those are the messages I'm getting with these cards for you, Cancer, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye, Cancer.